Hi, thanks for joining me for another episode. Today I'm tackling three of the most common questions that I get asked about video, social media video. Now, these come up over and over again when I talk to consultants, entrepreneurs, or business owners who are trying to use video to grow their visibility online. So let's get into it. The first question is, how do I get comfortable on camera? That's kind of universal. Now, one of the reasons that people feel and look uncomfortable on camera is because they are overthinking it. Now, I have friends who are great at presenting in person or if they're on a live broadcast, but they look like they're in a hostage video when they're recording a short form video for social media. And it's all because they're so uncomfortable. Now, I have a solution to help you get more comfortable on camera. It's a technique that I use with my clients, and I call it BOCA, Banish on Camera Anxiety, your 14-day technique. Now, what you do is record one video, 2 minutes or less, on one topic, one idea each day for 14 days. You don't publish them. You don't even look at those videos. You just keep them in your camera. And at the end of the week, you review the oldest to the newest, and you'll see how much more confident and comfortable you look on camera. Now, I understand video can seem awkward at first. It certainly was for me, and I have the horrible videos to prove it, which is why I worked with a coach myself. But I will tell you, when it comes to video, like anything else, you get better with practice. When you create video consistently, it just becomes another thing that you do instead of this chore that you really, really dread. Now, if you hate how you look or sound, that's perfectly normal too. I still think that I sound like a chipmunk on audio and video, but I promise that you will get over that awkward feeling over time. Question number two is, what equipment do I need? Now, I always say the only thing you need to create short form social media videos is your smartphone. But if you want to sort of amp up your video quality, the best buy, in my opinion, is an external microphone. Now, I recommend getting a wireless lavalier. I used to have one that attached to my phone, and it was such a pain to put on and take off with the wire that I rarely ever even used it. And today, there's no excuse because wireless labs are available at all price points. Now, I always recommend starting with solid, inexpensive equipment and investing a little bit at a time, one piece of equipment at a time. And for me, that's usually when things go on sale. Now, Newer, which is a great brand, recently came out with a wireless lavalier set for around 40 bucks, which I think is a great starter mic. My favorite mic is the Hollyland Lark M2, which is a bit pricier, but it has great sound, a great reach, and it clips on magnetically, which makes it easy to use. Another reason that I recommend getting an external microphone is because people are much more forgiving of poor video quality than they are of poor sound. Now, the next piece of equipment I suggest is a tripod or two, because unlike electronic equipment like lavaliers, tripods for the most part are relatively inexpensive. Now, I like the Small Rig brand, and I have a few from their series, but there are many solid brands on the market. The key is to get different tripods for different purposes. For example, some are great for overhead shots. Others are good for grabbing day in the life shots because you can attach them to almost any flat surface. Now, question three that I get all the time is, how do I save time creating videos? Now, one of the reasons that it takes people forever to make a 2-minute video is because they try to record the entire video in one shot. And then I can tell you that is tough to do. So each time they make a mistake, they go back and they start all over again, which is why I recommend, and generally do myself, is record one line at a time. Now, then, if you make a mistake, you just record or re-record that one line again. And this saves a lot of time in the editing process. I also recommend using a short script or at least notes to stay on track, because nobody wants to listen to you or me rambling on for 3 minutes saying something that could have been said 90 seconds. The key is to write your script the way you speak. So if you'd say, let's talk about tripods. Don't write a script that says, let us talk about tripods. Now, I realize that that's an sort of obvious thing that you probably would never do, but I think it helps you get the point. Using a script or notes and then recording one line at a time avoids making those multiple recordings and re recordings and cuts that time consuming editing by a lot. It also helps to keep your energy up, which helps prevent a monotone talking head video. So, the answers to the questions that people most often ask me about video are: how do I get comfortable on camera? Well, try my BOCA, Vanish on Camera Anxiety 14-Day Technique. What equipment to invest in? Well, I say get an inexpensive wireless lavalier. And how do you save time editing? Well, that's pretty simple. Record one line at a time. Now pick one of those strategies and try it this week. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you found this episode valuable and relevant to you. And if you did, share it with a friend who could also use some help. I bet they'll thank you. Bye.